Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Richard Unicorn Caller, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We got a ton of news to talk about, so I hope you guys bring some popcorn. We're just gonna jump straight into it. Starting off with yesterday. Yesterday was Diwali. This is a India tradition. And whatchamacallit, Wizard101 themselves, they've actually tweeted this out, which I haven't really seen Wizard101 do much of this types of traditional tweets in a while, but this one was really nice. I really appreciated this. Someone from India sent them this Rangoli art of Wizard101's logo, and I just thought it was beautiful to share. So happy belated Diwali. I hope everybody had a good holiday with that. It's just beautiful, very beautiful. I really do like that. But yeah, that happened yesterday. That was really nice of them. I actually really like that. Glad they did that. So moving on to the next news, this was a poll that happened again yesterday, and it says, Wizards, last month we asked you what you looked for in packs. Today we would like to know what you look for in gear category. So when you're opening up packs, are you most after gear that looks a certain way on your wizard, or are you after the stats? And so this one, you know, I actually have a picture of this, and it was completely split, like 50-50 with about like 1,000 votes. It was absolutely insane. It looks like now cosmetic is actually winning, but I just thought that was pretty insane that it was just split 50-50. So it seems like the community is kind of divided on looking for gear that has, or looking for packs that have stats with it, and packs that have gear that has, you know, cosmetic looks to it, right? And a lot of people also mention that, why can't it be both? Why can't we get good gear in packs that are well designed and stuff like that? And a lot of people argue that, saying that it's pay to win still, you know, that's not really the concept, or that shouldn't be the concept of packs and stuff like that. If you guys don't know, Wizard101 have always had packs for a very long time, so you know, it's a little tricky, a slippery slope there for this whole entire poll. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you looking for cosmetic in packs, or are you mainly looking for stats? Because personally, for me, I don't open up packs anymore. The only last one I think I opened was with the Marleybone Motorist pack, and that's when I got the hairstyle, because I didn't care for the stats or whatever it was, but the hairstyle was pretty cool. So for me, I'm more cosmetic, but not really a stats person. I kind of like to farm for my gear or craft it or something like that. I don't really like opening up packs no more. Now, going in from this, speaking of packs, by the way, Let There Be a Night, the Knight's Lore bundle is here. It gives you 12 Knight's Lore packs for the price of 10. We were just on the topic of packs and stuff like that. And also for Wizard101, time for a new lesson, you get free training point buyback. This is for members only. It goes through November 7th. So if you needed to get any cards or specific spells, there you go. Please get a reshuffle. I tell everybody this. You don't even have to train for it, but just buy the treasure card reshuffle and have just one reshuffle in your deck, please. That's all I ask. Please. Please just do that. Please. And as a reminder that Wizard City and Crocotopia is still free. This ends all the way till November 14th. And so I really wish this was permanent, but I don't know. Even I myself don't have motivation to go on my low-level wizard and just quest through Crocotopia and Wizard City. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it just seemed boring for me, and this is just my own personal taste in the game. Obviously, you might try and convince your friends to, you know, quest through Wizard City and Crocotopia, and if they like the game enough, they might buy a membership or buy some crowns to proceed to level up and quest and stuff like that. But I don't know, for me though, I still don't get any motivation to even quest through Crocotopia. Like, I don't know, I just can't. I don't know. But if you convince your friends otherwise, let me know in the comments below. But I know my friends still probably shame this game, just because once you hit that paywall, it can get a little difficult. It can get a little difficult. But you hit me with a balloon? What? My boy hit me with a balloon? This is why I can't record it. I was like my third time trying to record this video. But going on from Atmoplex, this is actually interesting. We have some new spell teasers I think you guys might like. Let's start. So Jin's Fortune, this is the balance utility, converts at least 3 damage overtimes on yourself to damage overtimes on the enemy, and then you can convert 3 healing overtimes on the enemy to a healing overtime on yourself. So this is just another set of utilities. And then the Dust Storm Jin is actually interesting, with a base damage of 760 times the 2 Gambit condition if you have 2 damage overtimes or 2 healing overtimes of the same, I guess. And Atmoplex actually mentioned this. I can show you. The Dust Storm Gym condition is if there are 2 matching overtimes, hit or damage, or basically, you know, damage or healing on either person, this will double. So whether it's on the enemy or yourself, that will basically double its condition. So pretty cool stuff for balance wizards. I was about to say myth, but balance wizards. Now for life wizards, this is convert 3 damage overtimes for a Jin's Affliction, by the way. Convert 3 damage overtimes on yourself to a damage overtime on the enemy. Pretty cool stuff. And then Verdurous Jin, 740 base life damage times 2 Gambit to... Jackson over here is messing me up, but basically the times 2 Gambit is if the target has a damage overtime on themselves. This is as if they have 2 damage overtimes on themselves. I know these Gambit spells can get a little bit tricky to understand, but you know, once you read it through and stuff like that, you should get the basic concepts of it. Mainly it's just like, you know, damage overtimes on the enemy or something like that, or if you have shields and stuff like that. You know, it takes some time to understand them, but I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate them. And then this one is very interesting. For Death Wizards, you get 3-fold Fever. This is a minus 50% to the next 3 healing spells. Now that is pretty awesome. Basically it's like an infection times 3, which is pretty crazy, and I'm actually curious to see if they will allow this for the other schools as well, maybe like a tri-blade of some sort or something like that. But if Life Wizards could potentially get a 3-fold Fever or like a 3-fold healing technique where you can get like 3 heal blades, I would personally love that for PvE content or PvP, you know, PvE, you know, but probably for both, but mainly for PvE. I'm a PvE player, but if they did have like a life version of this, I would absolutely love that. But yeah, for Death Wizards, that's a pretty interesting spell to have. But remember, those utilities that everybody pretty much has, you might want to consider that and just think about some of the repercussions for that, you know. And we talk about the whole Roshambo thing and stuff like that later on today. And we already mentioned the free training point buyback. For Pirate 101 players, however, you get a double pet XP boost. So if you're a member, you get the little double pet XP boost, so have fun with that. Good luck leveling up your pets for all the pirates out there. Now, we got some juicy news. The Sky City Bundle, available online at GameStop for $40, has finally been officially confirmed and released by Wizard101 themselves. And if we turn down the volume in our game chat, I'll turn down the volume, we are actually gonna watch the whole thing for ourselves, now that we got it pitch quiet in here, but we're gonna watch the whole thing for ourselves. This is actually my first time seeing it. I've never seen this like bundle before, so here we go. First time reaction. I've personally never seen it before. Here we go.
Are you worn out from the hustle and bustle of the city?
Yes.
Tired of the antiquated and impersonal confines of the suburban
Yup.
lifestyle? Well, your rocket to the community of tomorrow awaits with the Sky City
Ooh,
Bundle.
like the narrator's voice.
Down in the
Ooh.
City Estates.
Oh.
Down, homie.
Oh, that okay, that wand looks crazy. Wait, this actually looks tough. Wait.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that wand is crazy.
Been waiting for.
Okay, so it's like,
Cozy fireplace.
oh, it's modernized. Ooh, the kitchen. Oh, Nicole would love to decorate in this. Nicole would love to decorate in this. He got the Chinese box. He got the Chinese food.
one of the
You can fish there? Okay, okay.
Or test your magical might.
PvP arena or, you know, battle circle.
Now, friends, you won't find this on the official tour, but a little robo birdie tells
Okay, laboratory? Ooh.
perfectly manicured grass. It
Okay.
has been claimed that
That's actually,
Superfly
oh, that's
was obtained
spacious.
by interacting with a strange interface there, but
Oh, the daily interactive. Oh,
if anything goes
it's
wrong,
the computer.
you'll be the envy of the
Ooh.
neighborhood, cruising the scene in the
Oh, that is tough. That is tough.
with all the latest gadgets and gizmos.
That is
This
cool.
revolutionary ride glides around the spiral with style.
Okay, that's tough. I like that.
Speed.
40% speed.
Friends, we all know no home
The
is
iPal
without
pet.
faithful
Oh, the crazy iPad.
You'll never find a more
Oh,
attentive
wow. This is actually a
assistant
pretty
than
nice.
iPal.
I like how modernized it is. I like it.
Drone comes with a robust personality.
That's pretty cool.
Quickly shift things into high gear with its built-in amplify spell card.
Alright, so it gives you an amplify spell card. Pretty cool.
Step into the future with the outfit. of
I'm not a big fan of the outfit. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the outfit, but
by its forward-looking fashion.
I like the wand. The wand is crazy.
Blast your foes back to the past.
Yeah, I like the wand. The wand is tough.
3000, the pinnacle of high tech.
Ooh, what? Okay, wait. That was new.
With a zippity
What?
Careful where you point
Wait.
the thing.
Okay, that's cool.
This bundle
This the hook right here.
of Wizard101 membership.
Or 5,000 crowns. That's the hook right there. You gotta get him with the hook every time.
Tomorrow. Today. For only $39 at GameStop.
Okay, that is a cool bundle. Alright, that is a cool bundle now that I've actually seen it. That's actually pretty cool. That is actually pretty cool. I actually like that. That is actually pretty decent. Let me put the music back on. And then we'll take a little quick intermission since I gotta deal with the babies right now. Alright everybody, we are back. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure to join my Discord server. We still got the giveaway up. I believe there's about a few days left. 2 days left actually. So last chance, or 2 days left to join the giveaway in case you wanted a free little membership. There'll be 2 winners. So I'm super excited for this giveaway. This is like my first type of giveaway. I don't know who started all these other reactions, but I'm pretty sure it says you're supposed to react with this emoji, the ta-da emoji right here. I don't know how these other reactions even happen, but I believe it's just this one. But yeah, I'm excited to announce the winners and stuff like that. Whoever wins, I'll contact you through Discord and stuff like that, and I'll announce the winners in one of my videos and stuff like that. But I'm just super excited for this giveaway. It's nice giving back to the community. Alright. Now, this is where we get into the good news. I wanted to save the best for last because, especially for you PvP players, you're going to want to pay attention to this. And I'll leave all the information in the top pinned comments below if you wanted to read along with me. But we have a juicy dev notes from Ratbeard, and this is talking about all Roshambo and everything. This is awesome, right? This is probably one of my favorite dev notes in a long time. So, without further ado, we're going to talk right all about it. What even is Roshambo? You probably have heard Roshambo a couple times before on the channel, but this children games go by different names across the world, most notably Roshambo, but here in the US it's probably a little known better as rock, paper, scissors. Now for us, Wizard101 designers, Roshambo simply describes a more interesting interplay between the schools than the binary A and B relationships. In a binary relationship like fire and ice, you are simultaneously strong and weak against the same school. You boost on them, they boost on you, but this doesn't really offer the player any interesting decision points. A Roshambo system is critical, whatever that means. Oh, I can't even talk right now, I'm sorry. So basically, this is what Roshambo is. Like he said, it's like rock, paper, scissors, So rock is good against scissors, however, it's going to be weak against paper, and paper is obviously good versus rock. rock. However, you know, it's weak against scissors, and scissors, of course, are good with paper, but it's weak against rock. So again, you know, it's kind of like this rock, paper, scissor mechanics. And if you played Beastman, which you guys know I played Beastman before I got the Beastman robe, this is basically the Roshambo Wizard101 illustration, basically. So storm basically boosts off of fire, basically, and then fire kind of boosts off ice. However, ice kind of boosts off like storm and stuff like that, and there's countermeasures and stuff like that. If you play Beastman, or if you haven't, I highly encourage you to play Beastman to kind of get a little bit of a sense of what Roshambo is and kind of like what type of spells we'll be getting. That's kind of like how these gambit spells are kind of formed. You know, Beastman is really fun. Try out Beastman. Definitely try out Beastman. But I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I'm going to get on to the main stuff because I know I bore people. But Roshambo for PvP and PvE. So why reintroduce the Roshambo at this time? It helps us solve a few problems, not just with PvP, but with school identity and game complexity in general. The primary relationships are simple and easy to remember and help to inform players towards their school identity, towards deck building, and even in advancing the game state towards victory. Now, for example, you should know that if you are playing fire, you will be strong against ice, and the spells that you use, damage overtimes or dots, are likely to be very good in dealing with the things that ice is good at, creating and leveraging shields. If you're playing some other school, you would likewise know that using spells from the fire school are likely to lead you to victory against ice, just as you would know that using life spells, in particular healing spells, which remove damage after an attack, will help you win against Myth, a school known for making it difficult to prevent damage before they attack. And so we talk about that Roshambo thing. If you're still having trouble with Roshambo, think of it like this. In the anime Hunter x Hunter, I'm not going to show a video clip just because I don't want to get copyright striked, but basically in that anime, Gon, the main character, he uses a technique called Jajenkin, and basically it's where he does the Jan, Ken, and then he like punches Ken, which is rock, right? And so he developed this throughout the series. However, we see different forms of it. So sometimes he'll do scissors, and I believe scissors is more like a slice attack that's very effective against enemies that might need a little slice or two, right? And then there's rock, which I'm guessing rock is a little bit more effective to Gon when he's fighting opponents that are very strong opponents, right? That are very like built different, right? And then there's paper, which I believe paper is a projectile attack, right? And so when I thought about Roshambo, I thought about Gon and Hunter x Hunter. I was like, oh, Gon did a little bit of that. And so each rock, paper, and scissors kind of like counter each other, but they also have their strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that. And that's basically what they're trying to do for Wizard101. They're trying to introduce this Roshambo technique, as we've seen in Beastman, and also kind of help out with school identity, as we've seen before. And so going on to this line segment right here, there are two main types of spells that emerge from the Roshambo, which we call gambits and ramps, which we've talked about these spells throughout the entire month. We've shown you, I just shown you the Scion spell, or I just shown you the Gene spell, the Genie spells, basically, you know, the Efreet spells. And I've shown you all of these types of utility spells, and that's basically what we're talking about. But specifically on what these spells are. So for PvP, our first gambit deals 2 times X, basically damage with their condition is met. So much like the Scion spells, you already know. In fact, our first gambit for each school is reworking of the Scion spells to better fit the school identity informed by the Roshambo. Now, there's always the new Jin Gambit for each school as well, and the Oni, aka Elephant, that is specifically designed for players who want to jump right into a dual school decks that are built around a specific condition. Now, the ramp spells are usually utilities that clear hanging effects from the target, which we talked about, plenty of utilities. Now, they create new hanging effects that work with your gambits. For example, the Scion of Ice gambit does double damage if you have 4 or more positive wards, shields on yourself, and then the first ice ramp is basically used to remove positive charms, blades from the enemy, and turns them into shields on yourself. And you may have noticed that the ramps counter the hanging effects that your enemies are creating, but at the same time they are creating hanging effects that your enemies may use. So this is what makes the gambit spells risky to use. In order to meet the condition on the gambit, you must create hanging effects that a well-prepared opponent can use to ramp his own gambits. So that's where the utilities come in, and we've seen that before. That's basically what the utilities can do. You can basically combo with the utilities. So if you, like it mentioned, if you needed shields and it converts your enemies like blades or weaknesses like the shields, then you can basically combo with that. And that's a pretty cool sport. That's a cool sport, right? That's pretty cool, right? That's the cool part about Roshambo and the utilities and stuff like that. The Roshambo will also help us guide players towards more interesting deck and gear setups and stuff like that. Again, you guys, you can read the rest of the stuff. It's a really good. It's really good. You guys gotta read this dev diary. But I did want to point out there's one thing, because I know a lot of people in the comments are still going to ask me questions about this, even though I'm going to mention it right now. Now this is it right here. Now because they are specifically designed to support the Roshambo in PvP, their initial release will be PvP only. We certainly do intend to release these spells for PvE as soon as we can, but we have a few things we want to set up properly first. Now Artie will have more to say about PvE in his own dev notes soon, and we'll have a PvE focused roundtable which Spark will introduce around the same time. Alright, so on initial release they're not gonna be there, but for PvE eventually, alright? Just not now, alright? So calm down, everybody, calm down. I gotta breathe. But this is another interesting change. This is the chess timer, Diego No Bueno. Now at long last, with this update, 1v1 ranked will be switching from the current 30-minute timer with the decision by Diego conclusion to a chess style timer. So here's how the chess timer kind of works. Now each player has a fixed amount of time on their personal timer. So for example, 10 minutes. Now during your own planning phase, which remains limited to 20 seconds, your timer counts down, and as soon as you select your spell and the execution phase begins, your timer stops counting down. No time is lost due to spell cinematic times. Now if you pass, there's a time penalty, so that simply passing over and over can't win you a timer match. Now when your opponent's planning phase starts, their timer starts counting down. Now the play goes back and forth with each player's timer only counting down during their own planning phase. Now if your timer reaches 0, you lose. You completely lose. So during the match, you will see a yellow warning indicator. Now when your timer drops below a certain threshold and an additional red warning indicator, when it drops dangerously low, you cannot see your opponent's exact time remaining on their clock. But you will see the yellow or red indicators by their nameplate to give you some idea where they stand. We will begin testing the chess timer with 10 minutes 600 seconds on each player's chess timer. This number was derived from analyzing hundreds of thousands of 1v1 ranked matches that went well or went all the way through the current 30-minute timer. That translates to 30 turns per player, assuming each player used all 20 seconds to the planning phase, which of course most won't. Nevertheless, over the course of an entire match, we expect the average number of turns to more or less hold true, and as a result, we think that the total actual match time, including time for both players' spell animations, should fall between 30 to 40 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm not gonna fight another wizard for like 40 minutes. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna lie with y'all, bro. But this is a really cool alternative to Diego, because I know a lot of people were mentioning that the Diego timer, or the Diego, decision maker, that was a little bit iffy. I know a lot of people were talking about that, how it was a little either buggy or just didn't seem fair at all. So this is actually a pretty interesting alternative. Now, when we initially bring the chess timer to test round, which I'm hoping it will be this test round, I believe, we will bring it out in a very simple, straightforward form. However, we have built additional parameters that we can implement if it becomes necessary to prevent certain exploits, including bonus increments, which reward quick valid plays, and time penalties, which penalize certain plays. So again, pretty interesting stuff. Definitely look forward to the chess timer. I think that'll be pretty interesting. Alright, no PvP Enchant. Now, we have added a setting for spells, no PvP Enchant, which we will now enable for specific spells. Now, as of this update, all Shadow Enhance hits and all of the new Gamma spells will be set to no PvP Enchant. I'm not sure if people are going to like that or hate that, but pretty interesting. Now, this will bring the burst damage of hits down, while at the same time allowing players to use and enchant other spells in their library. We hope this increases the variety of spells used in PvP. Now, incidentally, although these changes apply only to PvP, we have a setting for no PvE enchant as what? Wait, what? Wait. Stop the music. Whoa. Hold up. Let me read that again. Hold up. Wait. This will bring... Okay, hold up. Incidentally, although these changes apply only to PvP, we have a setting for no PvE enchant as well. With both settings flagged, we can exclude spells from enchanting entirely. But wait, why would you need to like disable that for PvE though? What? Doesn't that seem a little counterproductive? Okay, you know what? Whatever. I'm not gonna. I know a lot of people are probably gonna get pissed off about that one, but again, you can just read this whole dev diary yourself, dude. Like, you can just, again, top pinned comment, you can read it yourself. But that's interesting. All right. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just trying to go for the one shot either way. But I'm hoping it's not for any pre-existing spells though. Like, I hope they just don't go across the board for pre-existing spells, because I actually like enchanting some of my spells. I don't know, that's a little scary, but I'm sure it'll be alright. Well, I trust Ratbeard, alright? I'm a little scared about that, though. Alright, this one is another one. Let me turn the music back on, because that kind of scared me for a second. that scared me for a second. Alright, so going back, that was scary. So this one is pretty interesting. This is basically a toggle effect. We now have a new UI feature for this update. This will basically show the PvP rank. It should perhaps be more aptly called hide PvP rank, basically, and all that stuff. So you can read all about that, but this will basically hide your PvP rank, so you don't really have to show it. Now we got spell audits. Spell audits are going to be very interesting. Now these spells are functionally for both PvE and PvE, alright? For both PvP and PvE. Whether you like it or not, it's for both of y'all, alright? So Mana Burn got a little bit of a nerf. So Mana Burn's damage output has been reduced to account for the value of pit removal effect. We analyzed the damage output for Mana Burn across the range of possible opponent pips, then removed 3 ranks of damage, the value adding, and recalculated the average damage. The resulting audit reduces the damage from 80 per pip to 50 per pip, and as the spell is also an attack, its accuracy has been reduced to 85% to align with our audit rules for attack spells. Now these changes have been applied to item cards and treasure cards, and to the mobs using the base spell as well. So pretty cool stuff. King Artorias has also seen a nerf. A lot of people are talking about King Artorias. Now the impact of King Artorias' dot component has been curtailed to basically change the effect from a damage over time, where the damage is divided and ticks, to a deferred damage where the damage is derived in full at the end at the duration. We talked about King Artorias, and a lot of people had some mixed reactions about that. So then we got Witch's House Call. This is actually new. The Deviled Egg minion created by this spell has been rebalanced for value and to ensure that its library of existing spells is in line with our goals for the Myth School's identity. And as this change affects only the PvP Divide Egg minion, the functionality of Witch's House Call in PvE is unchanged. So interesting stuff. So Healing Current is a little bit iffy. The healing effect of this spell has been constrained so that the heal is less variable, more predictable, and more useful in more situations. So instead of a healing burst of 100, 400, or 1000, the spell now creates an initial healing burst followed by a heal overtime effect lasting from 3 to 5 rounds. Now, 4-pip global spells trained by Amelia Staldust. All of these global spells have been standardized to 20% pierce and 20% critical boost. Now this includes all the treasure card variants. And this is the big one right here, School Scion spells. All of the pre-existing Scion spells have been made PvE only. That means you can't use the pre-existing Scion spells in PvP at the moment, or whenever that is. So, yeah. That's that. I've seen some people use it in PvP before, but yeah, it will be now just PvE only. So there you go. PvP work in progress. Elo system, we are working on the current flat plus minus 16 rating system over a true Elo system, rank reset, rewards. Of course, we're working on all new rewards for 5th age PvP and also leagues. We will have more to say on leagues when that work is closer to completion. However, we know that a lot of players would like to know what's going on with low level PvP, and leagues will help address a lot of our design concerns with that format. Now, in short, the new tech we have requested for leagues will allow us to create a play environment with specific entry criteria. Example is level 50 wizards and below, specific rule sets, no critical hits, no shadow pips, no pets, custom damage, and resist limits, and their own rating. We may even be able to set up something like a first age league that only allows players or allows cards and stats that were in the way back in the first age. Now we've asked a lot, and while we may not be able to support every rule set when we first launch leagues, we're pretty excited about the possibility that it opens up. Now, one last thing. Now, according to my notes here, there's just one question left to answer. When is 5th age coming out? Now, there's a lot to see in PvP in this update and the next, but dare I say it, we're almost there. We're not ready to announce the official launch, but we've reached that point where we want to hear from you and ask, are you ready? Now, please let us know what you think about this update in the forum. Thanks, Ben Ratbeard, lead designer. Oh my gosh. This is probably one of my favorite dev notes. Oh my gosh. That was so long. That was juicy. That was amazing. I gotta say, Ratbeard and Ratbeard and Artie's back must hurt, bro. It must hurt. That is the full dev diary notes for PvP and also PvE. I mean, that is, when you think about it, that's insane. When you think about it, this is pretty big. Like, that is insane. So, I'm gonna sit down on my park bench. That was a lot of news today. Mainly the dev diary notes, but let me know what you guys think about that whole thing in the comments below. I know it's a lot to take in. I know probably people already left already, but let me know what you guys think about all of that. And thank you guys so much if you did reach to the end. My name is Richard Unicorn Caller, and I will see you guys later. Again, let me know what you guys think about all of that in the comments below. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out and have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Peace.